Hi guys, thought we'd be doing a lot different video today, but things have changed a little bit. We got a little bit of a gift. Things have kind of let up here a little bit, and looks like maybe everybody's trying to dig out. I think we'll give you a different video today. I've got some stuff that I recorded when the weather was a little better. This truck was completely clear of snow yesterday. We went on a little bit of a road trip for our heater project up in the mountain. And got almost 7 inches of snow on it. So anyway, I'll get to digging things out, and we'll let you watch this instead. Saw these really nice orange and gray file tools in the store that matched up with a certain brand chainsaw, but then I tripped over this one as an Amazon purchase, and it was in a damaged package, so it was even cheaper yet. But as you can see, it's got multiple files in it. It has guides in it, and you can open up the ends of it and take the files out of it to change them. It's made by a German company, which interestingly is where a lot of the chainsaw stuff comes from. So I'm pretty sure these are the guys that make the tool for the other company, and you can save quite a bit of money buying this particular brand. And the good thing about this one is it's got guides on it that show you which way to push to do your blade. You flip it over and you can do the other side. It's got a flat file in it that cuts these depth stops, so as you're taking out material from your cutting tooth, it also trims these down a little bit so it keeps the height the same, so you aren't reducing your amount of cut every time that you sharpen up the tooth. So along with showing you what angle to go at, just set it in there like that, and it just takes care of the cut for you all in one shot. So as you can see, it took a little bit out of this tooth right here, and it flattened off just the tip of that a little bit. First time you use it on a blade, it's kind of a tight fit, but then after you get it to loosen up a little bit, a couple strokes, and it sharpens them right up. Gets a pretty good edge on there. It's got little symbols on the guide here. It shows the chainsaw here, and then it shows you the direction of stroke there, so you know which side. Turn it over, you don't have the chainsaw, so this side goes over here for this angle. Flip it over, then it changes the angle to go that way. It's got these guides here that you line up parallel to the blade. You're putting the right angle on your teeth. Okay, we got some of the snow moved off outside, and got back in the shop here for just a few minutes anyway. Okay, so a project I've been wanting to do for a while now involves just a few odds and ends that I picked up at the building store. This is a fiberglass rod that's used for marking driveways so that you can tell where different boundaries are and such for when you're plowing snow. I got this magnet that was in one of the clearance bins, and it's got 3/16 hole in it. We'll be drilling that out to a 1/4 inch, and then I'll be able to put this screw in there. That was just something I dug out of the bin, but if you're going to try this project, you're you need a 1/4 inch screw in order to assemble things. And then I also have this threaded rod coupler, which is threaded 1/4 inch all the way through. We'll be drilling this end out a little bit so that it'll accept the rod, and the other end we'll use for putting the screw into to attach that magnet. And in a couple of minutes here, it'll become pretty clear what we're going to be using this for. Rod's about 5/16 in diameter, so I used a 5/16 drill bit to enlarge this hole and get rid of the threads. Okay, so here's the magnetic base. We just put this screw through the back side of it here, and then the part that's still threaded on the coupler can go onto that. Now we end up with this little assembly here. Okay, so I cut off a piece of rod 17 inches long, and I left the safety end on the end of it, but there's still a good piece of the rod left over that can be used for additional pieces if you need. Then you take the base, and the rod just fits into that. I'll probably fix it in there with a little super glue or JB weld, something like that, just to keep it locked into place. And right now you're probably wondering, what the heck is this thing good for? This is a chainsaw tool, and I don't have a chainsaw here right now in the shop, so you're just going to have to imagine that this is the chainsaw blade, and you can fix that to the side of your blade. And then when you have a piece of wood that you're cutting, you just set the end of your tool up next to the end of your piece of wood, set your saw blade down, it'll make a cut here, and then you can just move on down the line, putting your end to your cuts and marking it till you got your whole log marked out. And then this part here can be removed easy, and then you can just go back and make all the butt cuts on your wood. Wish I had a way to demonstrate that right now, but you can pretty much get the idea of what's going on here. So this is just a tool to easily measure the wood. I didn't invent this idea, but this is just my version from finding some junk at the hardware store. I've seen them made with like PVC pipe. This would be the quick way of measuring out how to cut firewood, and it's a real cheap tool and easy to make. Probably spent 3 minutes doing it. Okay, so there it is. Quick and easy tool you can make. It was kind of fun to do. Like I said, I'll fix that in there with some adhesive of some kind. Along with using this for measuring your butt cuts, you can also attach it to anything metal. So now you've got a reflective rod that will show up in the dark. Use it to identify things. You can use things like this to put on the hitch of your trailer so that you can identify where it might be at. I've seen people put a tennis ball up on the end and make a couple of references for trailer coupling and that. So there's a lot of different uses for something like this. You just have to let your imagination go. So be safe out there and have fun.